Why I took APUSH is because I've always been interested in history and kind of how history led up to the present. And I really enjoyed U.S. history, but I wanted to take a class where I'll be going more in depth with that and kind of how everything happened. And I felt like AP US history was a perfect option for that.
What do you think you're going to study in college, and why should someone like you take AP US history?
So my intended major is molecular biology. And what that is going to lead into for me is oncology. And so how that ties in for me is that a lot of demographic groups that are disenfranchised experience disorders that aren't experienced by more privileged groups. And for me, it's interesting because I can look back in history and understand the patterns that have led to that today and how we can use the humanities, not just the sciences, to combat those issues right now. Even if you think you're going to be a mathematics major in college, it's interesting to know about U.S. history, and it's going to help you become a more fluid thinker. You can be more creative. You need creativity in all subjects.
I really liked the variety of learning methods that we had in APUSH. We had lectures, but at the same time we also had group discussions, class discussions. We watched some videos, we watched a podcast or two. I really enjoyed the variety that was there.
For a more practical perspective, in AP US history you write a lot. But it's not difficult writing because it's interesting. You actually take pieces of information, you use them to construct a thesis about US history, and the fun thing is there's no right answer. You can, as long as you have evidence, you can get points for it and you can do well. A lot of kids think AP US history is incredibly difficult, but my personal experience was that it's work, but if you do the work, then you're gonna get an A. I mean, honestly, you're gonna get an A. Most of my friends ended with high 90% when I took the class last year. It's also gonna prepare you for college.
I thought that it was really interesting to learn about United States history from like a non-white male perspective. So we got to learn a lot about American history through the eyes of women and through the eyes of minority groups and LGBTQ plus communities. So I thought that was very interesting.